Hello and welcome to the new time trial challenge on Gran Turismo 7. We are at Interlagos in a Nissan GTR. Can't remember exactly which year, but I can post that underneath here. As you can see, it's a road car. We are on sports hard tires, so we've got soft suspension, not much grip, not much braking power, and a manual transmission with very slow shifts, which is also something we have to look further into. But let's just get straight into it, have a look at my first lap, and as usual, as a disclaimer, this is first impressions. I spent exactly an hour on this. There will be plenty faster guys doing this, and there will be brilliant lap guides out there, but I just want to chip in with my humble opinion and first impressions as well. Let's get to it. It's 8 o'clock where I live. It has just opened. I'm jumping in. No one has set a time yet, so this is completely fresh. And so is my first lap around the track. Haven't got a clue what this car is like. It's slidey, that doesn't come as a surprise. But more curious about the braking points. Well, I didn't have to brake that early, so that's noted until later. Struggling to get this through the center S's. Not really willing to cooperate, but this isn't the worst road car we've had so far. It's a four-wheel drive and it's sort of manageable, but still have to learn how to get around it. You have to brake a bit earlier than that, that's for sure, for this corner. So that cost a lot of time. And also, as I try to give it a dab on the brake at my usual braking marker for a race car, doesn't really work as well. You have to do that a bit earlier. But let's get to the more twisty bit. Just trying to take it nice and easy. And around here as well, sneaking on some power, and towards this one, don't really know when to brake. Also have to remember, might have to brake earlier, but you cannot build as much speed as you can in a race car, so it sort of evens out. So some of your usual brake markers are actually useful, at least in the infield section where you don't build as much speed. But with me talking along, we are slowly but surely getting towards the finish line to complete our first lap on this track, and let's see what time that is. It's a slow one, I can assure you. So now it's time to get to work. I'll skip through all the first big chunks of time, but as you can see, 43 kilometers in, I managed to get a 1:49.069, and now it was beginning to get more grindy. So after spending quite a few miles further, not getting anywhere, I started experimenting with going up to fourth gear coming out of the center S's. And that way I could stay in one gear down this straight without a slow gear shift along the way. And as you can see, I was gaining on my own time and I was gaining on the Ghost as well. So that made me think I might be onto something. So after experimenting a bit further with that, I was starting to chip off some time again. First I got a slight improvement, and after some more laps I got into the 48s. And as I show you here, you have to brake in a straight line for turn 1. Right, so now we are at my final go before I had to leave this time trial challenge to get on with my day. Braking into turn 1, shortly into second gear, not sure if it's necessary. Up to fourth gear before I start accelerating. Not the best run out of the S's. I couldn't really keep the back end of the car in check, but I think it's sort of the idea. For this corner I'm looking for the 100 board, I'm braking before that, sneaking through the corner in 3rd gear. I know Mr. MCA was starting to experiment with 4th gear, don't know where he ended up with that. And also this might be possible in 4th gear as well. I'm going down into 3rd gear, making sure I don't go too wide. And this I'm pretty much just eyeballing everything, making sure I don't get too eager coming into this left-hander and going too wide. And the same goes here, just trying to get a smooth line around the corner, get on the power. Maybe you can experiment with something about going up to 3rd gear earlier. I don't know that yet, I have to look into that myself. As said, this is first impressions. Definitely 3rd gear up the hill here. Have to be careful, otherwise the back end will step out like it just did for me. But I'm working my way up the hill, and let's see where we end up with this time. It sort of felt better than earlier. I've also loaded a faster ghost this time, so he's running away from me. But still, it's a 148.751. It was enough for 11th place at that particular time. That has already changed drastically by the time this video is up, and we will see through the next 2 weeks whether I have to get back in and improve my time further. I will probably do that anyway, but for now this is my first impressions. I hope it's to some sort of use to you. Make sure to check out some of the proper lap guides out there that will be dropping throughout the next couple of days, and have fun with this one. That's all from me for now, so thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.